Good day everybody, we have this question, x positive 1 over x is equal to root 3, find x raised to the power of 2002, positive 1 over x raised to the power of 2002. So we need to get this value. So foremost what I wish to do is I will consider x positive 1 over x to be equal to root of 3. Next I will square both sides. Squaring both sides we get, so x positive 1 over x raised to the power of 2 is equal to root of 3 raised to the power of 2. This is of the form a positive b whole squared, which is a squared plus 2ab positive b squared. So if you have to apply that, you get x squared positive 2 times x times 1 over x positive 1 over x squared is equal to square root of 3 raised to the power of 2 will give you 3. So x and x gets cancelled, you get x squared positive 1 over x squared positive 2 is equal to 3. Move this 2 to the other side, so you get x squared positive 1 over x squared is equal to 3 negative 2, which means x squared positive 1 over x squared is equal to 1. So that is the value that we have got. Now let us consider x positive 1 over x is equal to root of 3 again. Now cubing both sides we get, so in the first case we squared both sides, in this case we are cubing 1 positive x raised to the power of 3 is equal to root of 3 raised to the power of 3. So this is the present scenario. Now there is a formula, a positive b whole cubed is equal to a cubed positive b cubed positive 3ab times a positive b. So by this formula, I am going to apply this formula over here. So this would give me x cubed positive 1 over x cubed positive 3 times x times 1 over x times x positive 1 over x is equal to root of 3 raised to the power of 3. Now x and x can be cancelled, so you have x to the power of 3 1 over x power 3 positive 3 times x positive 1 over x. What is that? X positive 1 over x is given to be as root of 3. So 3 times root of 3 is equal to, now root of 3 whole cubed, what is that? That's nothing but root of 3 times root of 3 times root of 3. I can multiply root of 3 into root of 3, I will get a 3. There is already a root 3 there. So I can rewrite root of 3 raised to the power of 3 as 3 times root of 3. Now I'm going to bring this to the other side. So I have 3 times the root of 3 negative 3 times the root of 3. These two gets cancelled, giving me 0. So I have a clean system here. X to the power of 3 positive 1 over x to the power of 3 is equal to 0. Now let me move to the next side. So we have x power 3 positive 1 over x power 3 is equal to 0. Now you take the LCM as x power 3, you get x power 3 multiplied with x power 3 positive 1 is equal to 0. You cross multiply, you get x power 3 times x power 3 positive 1 is equal to 0. Now there is a formula, a raised to the power of n times a raised to the power of m is equal to a raised to the power of m positive m. So by this is x raised to the power of 3 positive 1 is equal to 0. This can be rewritten as x raised to the power of 6 positive 1 is equal to 0. This in turn can be rewritten as x raised to the power of 6. Move this one to the other side, you get negative 1. So you have a nice system there for x power 6. Now consider the given, what is given, we are asked to find x raised to the power of 2002 positive 1 over x raised to the power of 2002. Now I want to write 2002 as x raised to the power of 2004 minus 2. I am adding 2 and subtracting that 2 out. Now a raised to the power of n minus m can be rewritten as a raised to the power of n times a raised to the power of negative m. This can be further rewritten as a raised to the power of n divided by a raised to the power of m. All these things are possible from the law of indices. So this is going to be x raised to the power of 2004 times x raised to the power of negative 2, which can be rewritten as x raised to the power of 2004 divided by x raised to the power of 2. Now 2004, can I write it as, now you just see 2004, you divide by 6, you get 6 3s are 18, 2 add a 0, 6 3s are 18 and a 2 and a 4, you get 4 there. So 2004 can be rewritten as 6 multiplied with 334. I'm going to utilize this product over here. So this is going to be equal to x raised to the power of 6 times 334. Now a raised to the power of n raised, or I would say a raised to the power of n times m can be written as a raised to the power of n, the whole raised to the power of n. So by this property, of course there is x squared there, this can be rewritten as x raised to the power of 6, the whole raised to the power of 334 divided by x squared. But x raised to the power of 6 is equal to negative 1. How do you know that? Because of this fact. So substitute this value, x raised to the power of 6 value, so which is nothing but negative 1 raised to the power of 334 divided by x squared. So what is this? This is an even number. You are raising, say, negative 1 to the power of an even number, you get what? Positive 1. So this is going to give you 1 over x squared. So ultimately what have you done? You have reduced x raised to the power of 2004 to 1 over x squared. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so x raised over 2004 is 1 over x squared, and we have to deal with this quantity also. So let me go over here to this. Okay, so I'm going to utilize, so x raised to the power of 2002, so therefore x raised to the power of 2002 plus 1 over x raised to the power of 2002 has been written as x raised to the power of 2004 divided by x squared, and x raised to the power of 2004, what did we do? Right, we got this x raised to the power of 2004. Where is that? So this quantity, right, this quantity has been obtained to be as 1 over x squared. So in place of x raised to the power of 2002, you need to replace it by 1 over x squared. So I don't need to rewrite it again. So we can just carry on with this. So this is equal to, in fact I can bring the entire component directly, so instead of writing it like this, so therefore x raised to the power 2002 positive x raised to the power 2002 is equal to, in place of this it's going to be 1 over x squared, positive in place of this is going to be 1 over x squared. So you flip it, you get 1 over x squared positive x squared. This is what you're getting. So this can be further rewritten like this, 1 over, or I would say x squared positive 1 over x squared. But you have a value, right? X squared positive 1 over x squared. What is the value for x squared positive 1 over x squared? We have done that. So let me show you the value. X squared positive 1 over x squared is equal to 1. So this is equal to 1. So that's a solution for this question.